What is so? Yeah, those are questions and issues that I prefer Lloyd when he sticks to Islam. I'm a Calvinist myself, so I know of the Catholic doctrine. The Reformation was necessary. The church was corrupt. No, look, those are very broad statements, Paul. Those are very broad statements, and if you start to break those down into factual details, you're going to find that they're also very propagandistic. Okay, and the people telling them were liars. Martin Luther was a liar, an absolute liar. He was scum. He was filth, and I'll say that bluntly. Okay, from what I've read, from what I've seen, Martin Luther was a sick human being, right? I do not credit him with being holy. I don't even think he was Christian at the end of his life. He went far off the rails. So yeah, I mean, honestly, and quoting propaganda, that's not exactly what I think one would consider credible. Brandon Dry says, I cannot believe Martin Luther was this, ever since was like this, ever since I came across your channel. And Sam Shamoons, I learned many things about Luther that I never knew before. Yeah, Luther was an unhealthy human being. Atheists substitute morals for reason, but reasoning is not a moral system. In fact, Enlightenment shared the same love of knowledge to transcend. The Enlightenment, look, okay, on the Enlightenment, I will be doing a talk about that in the future, man. I've got a whole bunch of things which I'm working on or finished or need to get to, but the Enlightenment is, okay, so you talk about the 1700s, the Enlightenment, right? Those guys are considered the pinnacle of human reason. These guys created a whole new age of the love of nature and reason, you know, logic and nature and reason. Okay, when you say nature, just think pantheism, because really it's just pagan Greek mythology that these guys got into. It's just a restatement of Greek paganism. 6th century BC, 5th century BC, Greek pagan ideas that these guys simply recycled. It's bluntly that. 2, the 1750s had another thing going for it, occultism. Satanism, occultism, secret societies, Rosicrucianism, Freemasonry, the whole bit. If you make a list of the top Enlightenment thinkers, okay, and you make a list of the top thinkers of the Enlightenment, that atheists go, oh my God, these Enlightenment thinkers were so amazing. These people are just the epitome of rationality. And then you go look at who were the crazy idiots who were into the occult? Who were the crazy idiots that were into Gnostic magic, Hermeticism, okay? All the Madame Blavatsky stuff. I know she came later, but fine. All of this weird stuff, okay? Well, the same list of names. These people were all crazy occultists. Right? So you go like, okay, so how rational were they? You know, these were all atheists, you know, they were all atheists. No, atheism just means I rejected God in the church and I turned to this crazy stuff. I turned to Roman gods and pagan gods and crazy, long forgotten philosophies that should have been left in the trash heap of history. That's what the Enlightenment is. Then you also, if you look at the Enlightenment principles, I've got this discussed in some of my stories on atheism. When you look at the Enlightenment principles, and then you go to the Church of Satan and you read their principles, those are identical. The Enlightenment principles are literally the principles of Satanism, right? I've covered this before. I've shown them. I've compared them, right? So understand, the Enlightenment was a period of the rejection of the church, rejection of Christian morality, and the adoption of all sorts of crazy ideas. It was a complete free-for-all, but it was a reintroduction of paganism from the Greeks. It was an introduction of Hermeticism, Gnosticism, and Satanism, bluntly speaking. Atheists have no idea. Atheists are some of the dumbest, most ignorant people around. Honestly, they annoy the living crap out of me. Yeah. So, yeah, honestly. Okay, so what did Jesus say about polygamy specifically? Well, I quoted Matthew earlier. I quoted Matthew 19, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and he shall cleave to his wife, and they twain, the two of them, shall be one flesh. Okay? So yeah. So polygamy is sin. Okay? Within the Christian doctrine, within our New Testament doctrine, even within our law, this is sin and it's crime. Right? In Islam, it's good to go. For Luther, it's good to go. Okay? Yeah. Atheism is insanely dumb. Honestly, I mean, oh, good God, those people are annoying. Atheism is a religion. People, you know, atheists refuse to study their history. Man, you study the history of atheism as a modern movement, as a modern religious, social, political movement. Oh my God, it is just frightening. It's totalitarian. It's someone's totalitarian wet dream. Okay, it's the totalitarian genocidal wet dream, and also, I mean, don't forget, atheists went to court, to the High Court in the US. Okay, they went to the Supreme Court to fight to be granted the status of religion. And atheism in the USA is a religion now. It is legally a religion. They fought for it. They claimed it is. Okay, top-level atheists, okay, major atheist associations raised the money, went to court. Atheism is a religion. And if you read the founders of atheism, from the modern founders, it is a religion, bluntly. And also, it is one-to-one correlated to socialism, right? So, Israelites are extremely stubborn in the wilderness. A lot of them paid the price for their arrogance. Yes. One flesh is a male and female union. Correct. Thank you. So, do not multiply wives. Okay, so did I miss anything? Yeah, I know I keep saying I'm going to go. And then Arnold Nathaniel, that is very well stated. There is no God and I hate him. Thank you. That is so true. Oh, hold on. Did I miss anything? Yeah. So, sorry, someone left a super chat. My apologies if I missed it. Enlightenment. That strange period in which the West somehow fell in love with their mentally ill thinkers and philosophers. Yes. 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 Very, very mentally ill. I mean, also, here's something that I should probably... I'm busy working on. Let me find it. I'm busy working on something on Satanism, actually just the word Satan, what it means, and the history and so on. And I'm also working on a bunch of other things. But Voltaire... oh, yes, hold on. Yeah, these are very raw, but let me find this for you as well, since we're here talking and just having a conversation. Well, let me find this. This will be interesting. So this is something which is also the incoherence of... okay, let me just find and make a different search. Okay, you can see these slides are very raw. They're not ready yet. Okay, this is Voltaire. Okay, so this is atheism as defined by the entry in Diderot. Let me just load this up here. Let me just do this. Everyone can see this, hopefully. So I know I've been saying goodbye now for an age. If the doorbell rings, I have to go, guys. So I may have to go very suddenly. Please understand. I may need to just drop and run. Okay, atheism as defined by the entry in Diderot. This is the French Diderot. The doorbell is rung. Guys, please give me one moment. I have to go. I will be right back. Okay? So please give me a second. Great. Yeah, guys, give me a sec. I'll be right back. Oh, great. Okay, here I am, back. Okay, let me finish this briefly, okay? So they said the opinion is the opinion of those who deny the existence of... Okay, it said, atheism, as defined by the entry in Diderot and Allenberg's Encyclopedia, is the opinion of those who deny the existence of God in the world. The simple ignorance of God doesn't constitute atheism. To be charged with the odious title of atheism, one must have the notion of God and reject it. Now, of course, atheists are too embarrassed to admit this, okay?